Welcome to Toyah and Robert. All our chums there, welcome into our kitchen for Toyah and Robert.
Come on, spit it out.
You're deeply unqualified.
Just get it in the right order.
Agony aunts with some useless answers to only a few of your many burning questions.
Okay, Darren Holmes, your burning question is any advice for up-and-coming new artists to get out there in the world, in the new world as we're going to know it next year?
Well, it depends on the aim of you being in a band. Like, first of all, are you primarily interested in the music? 2, would you like to have a social life with your chums and hang out?
And like King Crimson and Robert, all you're doing is pulling groupies every night. Would you say that's true, Robert?
Looking out into the audience as I have done for 51 years, dear, it's unlikely.
Spot the woman. Is there a woman out there? There's no queue at the ladies. There's no women out there.
Maybe they're at the merchandising, dear.
Okay.
All right, so moving along from that, any 2 of the 3 and you have a going concern. But assuming you have a going concern, then the next thing is the music never really comes to life until you have an audience. So you have to play live. But before you play live, you're going to have to rehearse lots and lots and lots. And then when you're out there, life will be hard. So keep going.
I'm going to define hard, because if you're doing what you love, if you've got the guitar in your hand and you have this unique relationship with your guitar or whatever instrument you play or your voice, you're doing what you love. That's all that matters. And at the moment, venues, small venues, because we get so many people write to us, when are you going to play stadiums? And me, why do I play small venues? It's because they count. And at the moment, the small venues, the roadies, the techies, the lighting engineers all need you. There's never been a greater time for new creativity to come into the world. So, okay, life can be hard, and sometimes you are fighting a wall of, well, who are you? Why should we book you? The fact is, if you're playing music, you're living the dream. It doesn't matter where you are. So my advice to you, technique. Know your theory, know your classics. And by that, I mean even read the classic books, see the classic films, hear the classic music, because that is an introduction to make friends and to create a network. It's never been a greater time of equalization between all of us, because everybody out there, from the small venues to the big venues, from the ticket sellers to the food sellers, all need each other. It's a very exciting time. So whether it's hard or not, play the music, write the music, learn the music, create the music, because it's the connection to the music that will keep you sane and keep you going. Would you agree?
Well said, lovely.
Okay.
Well said.
Val Addison Smith, you agree that spiders are a place in hell. And if you missed last week, I could really throw up if I see a spider. It is that bad. And you recommend Spider X from Lakeland?
It's a spray. Now, we love all creatures. However, we have some rules in our house that if you are a spider type person, you're welcome to live outside with our love and support. However, if you wander into the house and you resist our encouragement to leave, there may be dire consequences, because my little wife just completely freaks.
I freaks. I absolutely lose it. And we once had a spider on the wall. It was about that big, and that was in here. I couldn't come in here till Robert got out of bed. But you say very kindly, Val, that you are near us and I can come to your house. Point taken. We'll be round regularly. Tom Gakwal, you say, why the unicorns?
Did you know, dear, that in ancient Greece it was said that a unicorn could only be captured if a virgin were in front of it?
I'll go and get one.
I wonder why we don't see many unicorns around.
I think why the unicorns, because I think it's really good to stay in touch with our own innocence and what we love about our childhood and who we were as children. And in this house, we 74, 62, we're still children. We really are playing pranks on each other the whole time. And I think the unicorns, well, I bought them to put in Robert's bed to reenact The Godfather. So I wanted him to go up to bed one night and discover 2 unicorn heads on his pillows. But you fell in love with them instantly,
Yes,
didn't
they're
you?
wonderful. And they are now behind us. And one of them, of the 2 unicorns, are Willip and Frippcox, and Willip is wearing a unicorn tie, along with 2 pairs of my socks and a pair of underpants.
Yes, he's been wearing those for 2 weeks. I don't know if this is a correct name to say in the present day, but Ginger Geezer, you say that we both look ready for a late in life busking career.
All right then, did you know that George Michael busked? Did you know that Rod Stewart busked?
Before fame?
Yes.
Okay.
And Rod Stewart was deported from Spain for vagrancy as a busker in 62 or 63.
I was arrested in Trafalgar Square Christmas Day 1978 for busking.
I didn't know that.
Well, I did tell you, but yeah, Dad had to bail me out. So, are we ready for a late night?
Well, I
busking?
tell you what, yes we are, and I tell you exactly why. My wife has been saying to me, we're going to do some guerrilla caroling, which amounts to busking. We weren't planning to take a hat, but I think it's a great idea. I don't know how many of you have heard me sing Silent Night.
Let's hear it.
Silent night, holy night, all is well, all is bright. Now, if I put a hat in front of you now, I know you're going to reach into your purses, pockets and wallets, and you will be putting in mucho, mucho.
And the idea is we're going to turn up outside friends and neighbours' houses and just start singing and ringing the doorbell and running off. But we haven't got round to it yet because I'm still working on my solo album, so I don't get back till late. But we are going to do it, aren't we?
Well, it's a plan, dear.
Ashley Coates, The Plinth, the Jean Genie, which was a film just about 2 weeks ago where we were filming at dusk in our garden. You say you're absolutely fascinated by it. What is the amp that Robert's used? And do we live in the Arctic zone because it looks so dark when we do these films?
Well, all right. First of all, the artwork is The Rite of Spring by Althea Wynne, a wonderful sculptress who, when we first moved to Wiltshire in December 1987, invited us around for our first Christmas in Wiltshire with her and her family.
Her beautiful glass-making daughter, Ruth Dresman. They really befriended us. They were absolutely gorgeous.
So we have a number of Althea's works in the garden. That's the Rite of Spring. Now, my little amp is a little Yamaha. You get it in various sizes. You can't see it now, but it's a lovely little practical amp, a bit up from a practice amp.
Everyone loves it. We're all guitar players in this town, and everyone covets that amp. Scooter Lee, what do the neighbours think?
I haven't asked them.
Well, our immediate neighbour is a sculptor with a sculptor garden, so he's like-minded. And then our other neighbours run the most fantastic coaching in, where they put live music on virtually all year when they can, and we sit in the garden and listen to this brilliant live music with local musicians late into the night. This is a beautiful, bustling area where people really love cinema, theatre and music. So I wouldn't say that we're having wild raves, but it's a lively, connected town. I think our neighbours are pretty okay.
This town has been very generous and welcoming to us. The wonderful people. May I also say that one afternoon in the summer, Elvis came to visit next door.
We get Elvis a lot.
Yeah.
We get the Doors. They're all resurrected here. They're all hiding here where we live. It's fabulous. We learn so many songs, don't we, on a summer's afternoon. Vinny, are we going to see Robert in a Santa outfit?
May I suggest you keep watching over the weekend?
Robert and Toyah's Sunday lunch. I haven't stopped laughing about it. Dr. Weak Licks and Crushed and Cursed, isn't that a great name? Who's the weirder of us both? I think we're so normal, we have to pretend to be weird so people are interested in us. Would you agree?
I don't know.
When I was born, I was conceived and born in the same bedroom. My mother didn't go to hospital. She made the Sunday lunch, May the 18th, and at 11 a.m. she went into labour, called the midwife. She went up to the bedroom, to the bed I was conceived in, and she gave birth to me and was back down finishing the lunch by 1 o'clock. When I arrived, she said to the midwife, "This isn't my child." And the midwife said, "I hope it is, because it's only us in the room." And she said, "No, this one's different." So I've always been told I never fit in. How about you? You were greatly loved as a baby, weren't you?
This is a complex question. I think I have heard rumours that in Wimborne I was considered to be strange, but they're only rumours, so they can easily be questioned and denied.
He's lovably strange. I think we're both pretty strange, but it depends what your normal is. And really, does it matter? Life is about diversity. I just don't think it matters. I am more interested in the weird than I am in the normal. And if people force me to be normal, and that's what my school and parenting was like, then I just rebelled big time to be weird. And I've just never got over that.
I would say, let us be who we are and celebrate our diversity.
So everybody, happy Christmas! We're so excited. We love Christmas. We hope that you are able to see your loved ones and be family units wherever you are. But before we go, Robert has a very specific magic chord to play you.
Well, it's a magic riff, and it's in specific response to this question by Jonathan Mack. How about a magic riff with vibrato? Well, I think I'll understand this as tremolo. Now, the tremolo was an effect pre-chorus we used to get back in the 60s, where you would have...
Lean in. People want to see your hands.
But my wife is laughing at me.
No, I'm not.
My wife is not laughing at me. She's enjoying the music.
Paranoia.
So now, here, this is a solo by a very famous guitarist in a very, very famous definitive English band. Bollocks. Played with tremolo. Now, you are probably unlikely to recognise that solo on its own played in this fashion. However, keep watching this weekend and you may find it in its original context.
Are you able to play it as it is in its original context?
Not quite, no.
Okay.
Not quite.
That's because Robert doesn't play in standard E tuning. He has his new tuning. So the fact that you've learnt that solo is quite extraordinary, because the stretch and the demand on the hands is absolutely ouch.
Well, may I say in its original context it's an absolute stunner, and it rocks.
Good. And that will be on tomorrow, Toyah and Robert's Sunday lunch.
Right?
Yes. So for all of you who want to get into the Christmas season, we'll see you tomorrow at lunch. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week as well. Lots of love from Toyah.
Lots of love from Robert. Please be well, stay safe.